Malawi Brief.
Pamene kafukufuku wa ngozi ya ndege yomwe inachitika ku Chikangawa akupitirira, mawawo ayamba ndi a Brigadier General Professor Dan Kuwali, nawonso akuyankha kapena kuti akunena mbali yawo ya mmene akuziwira za ngoziyi. Ndisakutayireni nthawi, tawamvesereni a Dan Kuwali.
Say which commander, apart from saying no, apart from you advising him to go through the Air Force commander, but did he say which commander had authorized?
Honorable Member, thank you. Like I indicated in my submission and also in my oral presentation, he did not specify which commander. In any event, he asked me how many commanders I knew, and I told him that with regard to the Vice President traveling on a military aircraft, there were 3 commanders who were relevant at that time. So after our conversation with the Air Force commander, we did not dwell back on which commander authorized the use of the aircraft.
All right. Then free chair, I wanted to go to your bullet number 8, where you are saying, in the light of foregoing, you made it explicitly clear to both Mr. Valera and Mr. Castle and Chuka George Mali that you not participate in or facilitate arrangements setting the Vice President's travel because your involvement was restricted to Mr. Kasambala. I'm made to believe that you have been following the proceedings of this ad hoc committee, and maybe you had an opportunity to listen to the presentation which Mr. Joshua Valera made, and the same will correspond to what Chair witness Mr. Dr. Latha Lake Kanyamula Skwese made. More especially, I'm interested on the page 4 of presentation of Dr. Skwese Chair. Allow me to read to Prof. So that he can hear it. Mr. Valera, that is now Dr. Skwese, when he called Mr. Valera, and then Mr. Valera informed Dr. Skwese that he was with 2 relatives, in brackets, Castle Mwale and Brigadier General Kuwali, and these jury confirmed that it was possible for the Vice President to use the aircraft. Can you confirm? Because this is what Dr. Skwese made and presented to this committee, saying it was possible, and that was made by you and Castle Chukamari. But your presentation, bullet number 8, so to bullet number 8, where you have said, it's on page 6 on your presentation. You have said you made it known to them that you're not going to participate, and even if I take it to the same page, bullet number 6, you expressed the view that it was impractical. But then Dr. Skwese says you and Carson Chuka, you had given a permission that it was practicable. Which is which, Prof?
Thanks so much, Honorable Member. So, number 1, I haven't really been following the developments in this inquiry for several reasons. First is the fact that I knew that someday I might be required to testify, so I didn't want to be influenced by any testimonies that were given. Secondly is, it happens during working day and we have other things to do, but I do understand important work, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, that you are carrying. With regards to your specific question, Honorable Member, obviously Dr. Sekwese's testimony with regards to what happened is hearsay. So I don't know how you take that. Number two, Chair, honorable members, is that I may have been included in the aspect of relatives of the late Honorable Mr. Kasambara, but that is not correct. What is correct, honorable member, is that their approaching me was because I was coordinating between the colleagues and friends of the late senior counsel with the Malawi Defense Force. To an extent, I may be regarded as a relative just because Counsel Mchuka, George Mwale, and myself are related. We are cousins. We are cousins. So that's number one. Number two, our villages in Katabe, my village, between my village and the late senior council's village, we have Council Mchuka Mwale's village in between. So we are basically neighbors. But my involvement in the procurement of the military aircraft was not because I'm a relation or I have been a relation to Mr. Kasambara. My involvement was because, it's unfortunate Honorable Konyongo cannot testify, but it's because number one, I was at the funeral home, and number two, I am probably the gentleman who they knew, being a counsel myself, and also being someone who was mentored by the late senior counsel.
So, Chair, I hear you, Prof, and I 100% following you. Can you help us to know who authorized, on behalf of the family, the use of the flight to...
Sorry, and can I supplement to the earlier question so we can exhaust it clear? You did advise, and you've said that it was practically impossible, and you were surprised why that flight was taking place. Were you surprised when you heard that the plane had crashed, or the plane was missing?
First, you said I was surprised, Chair. I did not say that I was surprised.
I want you to confirm. Were you surprised? Were you surprised when you heard that the plane was missing?
You know, so this information was coming piecemeal in the sense that first, the Air Force commander told me that the plane had not landed. But Chair, you should also remember that when I was handing over the money to the air traffic controller, he indicated that the visibility was not good in Mzuzu, was actually bad. And when he told me, of course, there was a sense that probably it was because of the weather. So that may not have come as a surprise because of the weather at that day, or on that day.
So I was asking the question because you had indicated challenges with the time frame. When you heard that there was a VVI flight that was booked, and when you looked at the time frame and your conversations on the flight of late Raf Kasambala, you said it was practically impossible because of the time frame. That's why I'm asking you, were you surprised?
Chair, if you look at my script, I said it was not possible to allow, it could have happened, the VP could have come to Mzuzu, but now that could have disrupted the Kasambara family going back to Blantyre, because Major Kalinga had advised that the expected time of departure should not be later than 2:30 in the afternoon. So obviously, if we slotted in the VP's itinerary in between, that could have pushed that could have actually disrupted the return trip to Blantyre. I hope that answers your question, Honorable Chair.
Yes, you have. Were you disappointed that they ignored your advice?
Who ignored my advice, Honorable Chair?
When you expressed the view that it was impracticable,
Was that an advice, Chair?
well, it was your view. It could be your view or your advice. It was your view. So
You've answered the question, Chair.
So were you disappointed that your view?
Why should I be disappointed, Chair?
Okay.
I think on the surprise, Brigadier General, on 3.2, bullet number 2, you said upon my arrival, I guess this is in Zuzu, I did not see aircraft MAF Tango 03. Just to expand on what the chair is saying on the surprise, were you expecting to see the MAF Tango 03 at that time?
Yes, obviously, because look, my late colleague Keno Sambalopa had told me that I need to give him the money in Mzuzu. So my expectation was that I'll meet him in Mzuzu. Thanks, Honorable Member.
So, in other words, because we're expecting to see the plane was not there, we are asking, were you surprised?
I don't think surprise is the right word, Chair, but my view is that I could have, if I was surprised, I could have said it in my statement. Keno Sambalopa wrote me a text, as I indicated, I think I've mentioned the time. He flew to Kia, and at that time, actually I saw the text message when I saw that there was no aircraft, so I knew that there was a development.
Leza Kasina, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair. Prof, I also want to get your opinion. When you made it clear to Mr. Valela and Carson Chukamali that you not participate in the facilitation of the flight to be used for the Vice President because your role was strictly helping the Kasambala family. During that conversation, who gave in on behalf of the family of the Kasambala that the flight can be used to ferry the Vice President?
I'm not aware. I'm not aware. Remember, I said in my submission that I had advised then Major Kalinga to liaise with Mr. Baxton Namizinga on the passenger manifest and the departure times. My role was just coordinating to link the family and authorities in the Malawi Defense Force. So I don't know what happened afterwards.
I'm asking that, Chair. I get you, Prof. But as I earlier on said, when Mr. Valela came and testified in this before this committee on 18th June 2026, in his submission, Chair, on page the last page of his submission on bullet number 5. He clearly said General Ishmael of Air Force Commander advised him that the family should approve temporary release of the aircraft to be used by the VP. And he said he contacted the family members for their approval. And when he was asked before this committee, Chair, it's on the record, which family members, he mentioned you and Castle Chukamari. That's why I'm still insisting to know, if you didn't participate, was it maybe Castle Chukamari who gave, because there's no mention of Mr. Namizinga in the testimony of Mr. Valera. Did you at any point hear or participate or hear Castle Chukamari giving in the permission to use this flight to come back to Lulonga and carry the Vice President?
Negative, Honorable Member.
Chair, maybe we might take note of that as a committee, because as we go on with our all right, fine. Now let's go to the events on a day of flights and loss of contact. Prof, you have on your bridge 3, you approach the control tower. Okay, let's go. I will still take back to the question, which the submitted question to the chair and the vice chair, where we put forward to you, because I had also written something down here. Upon my arrival, I don't see aircraft MAF T03. However, I observed Vice President's official motor vehicle MG2 together with other official vehicles are not parked at the airport. When you check your mobile, that's when you get a message from Ken Sambalopa sent at 6:49 that he was departing for Kamuzu International Airport. Prior to this, when you're going to Zuzu Airport, the agreement was you're going to find Ken Sambalopa at the airport, or he had earlier on indicated that he was meant to fly to Lilongwe that morning.
Yeah, Honorable Member, you see that the conversation with the late Keno has been exhibited in my statement. When he told me at that time, I think, like I said, it was 06:42 in the morning, when he said that he's leaving for Kia. And the instructions were that I should leave the parcel with Mr. Moyo, the air traffic controller. But before that, we had agreed that we'll meet in Zuzu. So already there was a development that he had to go to Kia.
Yeah, I hear you. My question is the area developments. You're going to meet in Zuzu. Did he specifically, you're going to find him at the Zuzu airport or in Zuzu? Because I'm mindful of even you are on the submission where you're putting the KD3, the pro forma invoices for Sunbed Zuzu Hotel. Meaning you knew that this close is going to be at the Zuzu Sunbed Hotel. Why did you specifically go straight to Zuzu Airport? My question is, did you had earlier on agreed that you're going to meet at Zuzu Airport?
Negative, but considering that he was flying Mike Alpha Foxtrot Tango 03, and obviously the aircraft would be at the airport, so my gut feeling was that I had to go to the airport.
All right, so you just went there because he was flying the flight, even though you knew that he was supposed to be at Zuzu Sunbed Zuzu Hotel. All right, fine. Let's go to your bridge number 3. When you get to the airport, air traffic controller, who you inquired to, told you that no, the aircraft is yet to land, possibly due to adverse weather conditions, as visibility at the airport was extremely poor. This observation, can you confirm to me, was this your observation or it was a word from the airport controller?
It was Mr. Moyo, the air traffic controller.
What was your observation of the weather?
I already indicated to council.
So what I want is your village is in Kadabe. I'm meant to believe that you travel a lot to that side. Maybe you can differentiate on a normal day the weather of that day and the other days. Was it adversely bad?
I would testify for that specific day because I wasn't there on the 9th, I wasn't there on the 11th, but that day was particularly bad.
All right. So now the Air Force commander has indicated to you in confidence that the flight has not yet landed in Zuzu. They have activated the search into the neighboring airports and the nearest airports. He has told you to keep that confidential. Correct? He told you to keep it confidential, correct?
Yes, he actually told me it was for my ears only.
But as a as a council, you still proceeded to alert several individuals. amidst the confidential?
Not several, but one. And I said, I indicated the reason why I did that. I had to do some thinking, so I had to use discretion.
Bullet number 5, an hour later. I'm interested to know what approximately what time was it? An hour later, you contacted to inquire whether the progress on the flight, and I'll go to the last sentence. Based on its fuel endurance, the aircraft ought by then to have been on the ground. That's where I'm interested. What time was this?
Honorable Member, Honorable Chair, because I can't remember exactly, and unfortunately I was going through my phone conversations and that specific item was not indicated. I think because I changed phones and the call log with General Ishmael is not there. Otherwise I could have also exhibited it in my submission. So because I'm not very sure of the time, that's why I said about an hour later. So if you look at the sequence there, we had about 3 phone calls from 11-ish to maybe around 3-ish.
Okay. Now I want you to confirm to me on the bread number 6.
Yes, like I said, I'm worried that you will exhaust all the questions of the others.
Yeah, Chair, let me just ask one.
Okay.
I'll come. I said I have a number of them. I might come in later if you indulge as a chair. But let's just go to bread number 10. Your conclusion. That following the interment of Honorable Kasambala, you departed for Lilongwe. En route, you went to Nzuzu to collect the money, and then off you go to Lilongwe. I want to know, I have 2 questions on this one. What time was this when you are leaving for Lilongwe? And as a senior MDF officer, you are one of your assets in the military is missing, and you never, did you participate in the stage, or you just thought of just coming straight to Lilongwe?
Yeah, that's a good question, Honorable Member. At that time, at the time I was leaving Nkata Bay, Chijere village, I was not aware where the aircraft was. So there was no way I could have started searching. From where, Chair?
No, not searching, but I think you were in contact with the people, and you know, that's why I was asking, what time were you passing through Chikangawa? That time were people already searching? You just chose to proceed, or at that time there was no any activity happening along that area?
I wasn't aware of what was happening at that time, and my last conversation with the Air Force commander was, I can't remember, maybe 3, and then I knew he was busy. I couldn't have been bothering him with phone calls. And unfortunately, I did not even get in touch with my colleagues in the Defense Force to find out what was happening, because it was beyond my paycheck.
Chair, that's all from the Zagasena for now.
You can keep some of the questions if you still have them. Yeah.